Morning, Rabotai. We'll begin discussing the mitzvah Bekat Levana. Siman Taf Kavav. Shulchan Aruch discusses the mitzvah of blessing the moon. The moon is something that renews itself, and it's the closest celestial object to Earth. So we see the greatness of Hashem, and it's supposed to instill in us a tremendous amount of emunah when we see the moon and how it renews itself. So therefore, there's a mitzvah. Some say it's a Bekat Shevach, a blessing of praise to Hashem. Some say that it's a Bekat mitzvah. It's a mitzvah. It's a blessing on a mitzvah to go and bless the moon, and to say how Kadosh Baruch Hu, He's always mechadesh hadashim. He renews it every month. So this gives us a tremendous, see the greatness of Hashem and give us tremendous emunah. The Gemara tells us that whoever does Birkat Levana, it's as if he's a zocheh to kabel pnei shechina. It's as if he encountered the divine presence. It's supposed to give you a big boost. Obviously, a person should try to read the translation of the bracha and understand how great this mitzvah is. A lot of times, the Yitzhara tells us, we don't have to read it. It's okay. We'll go home. Chas v'shalom, a person should utilize this opportunity to get the tremendous holiness for this mitzvah. Now, there's an argument in Shulchan Aruch and the Ramah of when you're allowed to say bracha bekat levana. We have to know there's a concept called molad. Molad means the second the moon is born. We have to know that the earth is here, and the moon rotates around the earth, and the sun, and the earth rotates around the sun. So sometimes when, for us, on this side of the earth, the moon is here, so we don't see the moon when it's over all the way on this side, and sometimes you see that there's no light coming off the moon. We have to remember the moon has no light of its own, it only reflects from what the sun is. So if the angle is that the sun does not give an angle to the moon to reflect to us, so we see an empty moon, we see a new moon. And the second that the angle changes, that the sun starts bouncing off the light from the moon, and we're able to see a little bit of the moon, that's considered that the moon is reborn. That's called molad. So that's called the birth of the new moon, and that's technically when Rosh Chodesh starts. The new moon is the new month. So whatever the molad, the zman of the molad, the time of the molad is calculated, according to Shulchan Aruch, after 7 days after the molad, that's when you're allowed to say Birkat Levana. So you have to check what the molad is and do 7 24-hour periods after that. But according to Minhag Ashkenaz, they already do 3 days after the molad. 3 days already the moon is giving a nice amount of light, so technically you could say the bracha. But according to Shulchan Aruch, there's inyan, also according to Kabbalah, to wait 7 days, 7 sfirot. There's the idea of waiting 7 days, and that's what Shulchan Aruch says to do. So therefore, a person should not say it earlier. If the person feels by the time he waits till the 7th day, till the 15th day, we're going to learn the 15th day after the molad is the latest that you could say the Birkat Levana. If you feel all those days are going to be bad weather, so technically you shouldn't lose the mitzvah. You can do it technically after 3 days of the molad, but preferably we wait 7 days after the molad. A person should try also to say it when there's no clouds. Sometimes there's clouds. There's a machloket if you're allowed to say Birkat Levana when there's a thin cloud that you can see the moon through. Preferably you should wait for a day that it's clear and you can see the moon. Obviously we don't stare at the moon, but at least we have the ability to see the moon. But the minhag is always to wait until Motzei Shabbat. Motzei Shabbat, we're dressed the nicest, and also there's the most amount of people. But if you feel that waiting till Motzei Shabbat is not going to be practical, you're going to miss the mitzvah, obviously you're allowed to do it earlier.